Hello there. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a pleasure and a joy to come your way this beautiful Monday morning. Thank God for the gift of life. We are alive today because God kept us, and we sincerely don't take it for granted. So today we are just starting another one. We had a beautiful time over the last 3 months talking about building legacies. But in this month of November, as we begin to look into the coming year, we're starting off talking about goal setting. 2023 in view. What do I need to do? How do I plan my 2023? 2023 has got to be your best year yet. It's got to be better, way better than 2022. And the truth is this: if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. So, taking us today on this very important topic is a chartered accountant of over 35 years, is the managing partner and lead consultant of C. Obisesan and Company, Chartered Accountants and Consultants, is a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, a member of the Chartered Institute of Administrators of Nigeria, a certified personal finance coach with Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, USA, and is a lecturer at Babcock University and Carson Executive Diploma Program in Church Administration. He has a bag of experiences with professional firms, with audit firms. He's a teacher, he's a trainer, he's a coach, he's a mentor, he's an author, he's a father, he's a husband to an amazing lady. Ladies and gentlemen, help me receive on the Knox to Nugget platform, Charles Olasunkanmi Obisesan. Hey!
Wow, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Yomi, for this privilege to be on Logs to Nuggets. This is a wonderful privilege, and it's a wonderful time for me, and I really appreciate it and celebrate it so much. And
Thank you so much. Before I let you lose,
okay,
I want to
thank
thank
you.
you again for being here. And
Yeah.
we're talking, and I want to just leave you for like 15 minutes to just go on
Okay.
so
All
that
right.
you can actually pour it all out uninterrupted. And we're looking
Okay.
at goals setting
Yeah.
2023 in view. So over to you, sir. The floor is
All right.
all yours.
Okay then. All right. So it's wonderful once again to be here, gentlemen and ladies, or ladies and gentlemen, whichever one you prefer. Uh, we're looking at goal setting with 2023 in view. I would not want to bore you with too much of introduction, because this is a topic that we must have heard, over and over and over and over again. And then you wonder, why is it that people hear about goals and maybe they don't even set any, or maybe just imagine where they can, they have these goals in their minds, and then they have not written it down or done anything about it. Why? What is happening? So today we're just going to be talking about goal setting, right? And then the things you can do in order for you to set goals. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, because I discovered that the point is, whatever you do in life, the tendency, the point is, you just want to get better.
Yeah,
You keep getting better
true.
at anything you want to do. You just keep getting. So even at goal setting, I want to get better. So
Mm,
so we're actually helping ourselves. No one is totally there yet.
true.
So we're all just we're working towards it. Let me say first of all, the most important thing you have to consider when it comes to goal setting is discipline. Discipline.
Mm,
That is, for me, I think that's the first thing. I want to.
mm,
I just want to lay that as a foundation. Discipline is the mother, of every. I mean, of every other thing I want to say to you this morning. discipline. Just say to you, just know in yourself that discipline is the name of the game. Now, the
Mm.
point is, now even when you see people that are self-disciplined, they will still say to you that they are still working on self-discipline. Why?
True.
Because because we're all a work in progress when it comes to self-discipline, just like when it comes to goal setting. So I think the background to goal setting is self-discipline. I want to just ensure that I do what I need to do, what I have to do, when I have to do it, even whether I feel like doing it or not, whether someone
Mm.
else is doing it or not, whether somebody is going to compensate me for doing it or not. I
Mm.
just have to do it, and because of where I'm going, because of what I want to accomplish, because of where I don't want to find myself at the end of the day, and because of where I want to find myself at the end of the day. That's why discipline is the background to goal setting. Because a
Wow.
lot of times, people think that they have goals, but what they have is wish. And that's why,
Mm.
now, just to say this, even in churches, you discover that that sometimes, well, most times, people have all these prayer points, but they don't have goal posts. They only have prayer points. So
Wow.
they put everything on God and expecting God to do it. But it's about responsibility. And that's part of what I'm going to be sharing with you this morning in this few minutes. Number one thing you need to do when it comes to goal setting, especially when it comes to this, or when we're talking about 2023, is a good time to start talking about 2023 now, because this is November, so you still have about 2 months before you get into that year. And so you don't want to get to that year and start thinking of what you want to do, but you have to get ready before. I mean, preparation, must meet the opportunity must meet preparedness in order for you to have an accomplishment. So
Mm.
it's important that we are preparing now, ahead of time. 2 months, is enough for you to prepare, for the new year, but for the new year that is coming. So number one thing, apart from the foundation of self-discipline, number one thing is decide exactly what you want. Decide
Mm.
exactly what do you want.
Decide
So
what
we're
you
saying
want.
that by 31st December 2023, what do you want? So you have to see the end from the beginning. Decide what do you want by 31st December 2023. So the number one thing is decide what you want. Okay.
Mm.
Now, and the thing is, but in deciding what you want, you need to ask yourself, you need to ask yourself and answer these self-probing questions. What are the questions? You ask yourself, what do I want to achieve,
Mm.
and when,
Mm.
and why?
Mm.
Now, I think that the question why is a very important one, and I would encourage you, I'll talk to you about it. If you can get my book on what's your why, it will help you. It's a very small book, that it is good. Once it comes, it goes online, you see it there. I would even share it
Yeah.
with So now, what do you want? What do you
Mm.
want to achieve, and when do you want to achieve it? And then why do you want to achieve it? Now, if you don't have a strong enough why, your goal is just a wish. If your why must be strong enough to want to make you to go all out for it. So what do you want? What do you want? When do you want it? Why do you want it? And then how do you want it? Another question you need to ask yourself is, where do I want to be? When do I want to be there, and why do I want to be there, and then how? So you're asking yourself three questions. Okay, you're saying, what do I want to achieve? When do I want to achieve it? Why do I want to achieve it? And then how do I want to achieve it? And then
Mm.
where do I want to be? When do I want to be there? Okay, it doesn't have to be 31st of December. It might as well be 30th of June 2023. So when do I want to be there? Okay, why do I want to be there? And then, of course, maybe, how do you want to be there? Then
Mm.
the other question you want to ask yourself is, who do I want to become? Who do I
Who
want
do
to
I
become?
want
So
to
what,
become?
where, and who do I want to become? And when do I want to become it? And then why do I want to become it? And of course, you say yourself, ask yourself, how do I want to become it? So now it's important that we ask ourselves this question. So when it comes to goal setting, now what exactly do you want? Now, and that should and that should inform the next statement I want to make, that you need to therefore set goals for yourself in a few areas. Number one, you need to set personal or family goals. So if you're a single person, you want to set a personal goal. If you're a family person, you want to set a family goal. Now, see, having a personal or family goal is your why. That's the why, So whatever goal I want to set after family goal, now my family goal is why I'm doing it. So if it's health goal is now. So whatever goal I'm setting, this is my personal goal. I want to have a better health. That's why. See, that's what is driving every other thing I want to. So you need to first of all, personal or you call it family goal. Why? Then another set of goals you need to have are financial, or you call it career goals. Now, for having financial goals or career goals is your what. That's your what. Okay. I mean, you agree with me that having financial goal is very important because money is money is crucial. Money is, I mean, being on this now is money. Somebody has to pay for something in order for this to be on air. So everybody has to just contribute something. So you need to set financial goals, or we call it a career. Career goals must be set. So that's your what, and then you need to set self development goals, or you actually call it capacity development goals. Now that is your how. So you have a why, you have a what, and then you have a how. Why do I say that? See, when you don't have self or capacity development goals, okay, let me put it this way: your capacity development goals would determine what would determine how much of your financial goals you are going to have. Why? Because the more you learn, the more you earn. So now, and the better you are, the higher you earn. That's the way it is. So your self or capacity development goals would determine your financial goals, and then would affect or would make your personal or family goals realizable. That's the way it works. So you have a why, you have a what, you have a how. Let me also put it here that you also need to have relationship or social goals or social development goals. Because now the thing is, now people matter, and so you have to matter to people. So you need to have the good networks. You need to because one of the things about achieving anything in life is not just who you know, but who knows you. So and then what the person knows you for. So not just who you know, but who knows you, and then what he knows you for. So it's important that we have relational goals or social goals, and then of course you must have spiritual goals, because underlining the possibility of every goal is our spiritual connectivity. Whoever you are, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or whatever, but we all have spiritual. We all need to have spiritual goals. Like somebody said, he said you're either in a secret cult or you are in a secret place. So you decide which so number one thing, like I said, decide exactly what you want. Decide exactly what you want. Number two is write down your goals on paper. On paper, not a loose sheet of paper, but write it down. Well, it could be as long as it's something that you can be, but you must be able to access it. All right. Now that's why some people even say, hey, you know what? Why don't you just paste it? Paste it somewhere you're going to be seeing time. I mean, just let it. See, you need to write it down, on paper. All right, so that you can always see it. See, what happens is three things go to work when you write it down. Number one is that your eyes go to work. Number two, your mouth goes, it goes to work, and then also, because you have written it down, you have taken the pain, to make it, to go an extra mile, beyond just thinking about it, or beyond just talking about it. You have actually, you've become exact. You become exact. So that means that, because someone said, reading makes a broad mind, but writing makes but writing makes an exact man. So you have to write it down to be exact. Now the point is, you don't just imagine it; you have to image it. Don't just imagine it; image it. So that is, don't just think it, ink it. So, because in the word think is ink, so you have to ink it. So you see, the thing is that the point is, see, you wouldn't know how shallow your thought is until you start committing it to writing. You wouldn't know how shallow it is until you start it's in your mind. This is a big idea, it's a wonderful idea, a big idea. I have so much. But by the time you start writing, you'll be surprised. Now, what you thought is 10,000 words is only 20 words. So commit it to writing. Now, the reason is because some of the reason why, some of the benefits of writing down your goals is that it registers your it registers the goals in your subconscious. So your subconscious just settles, in your subconscious that this, and then of course so, and then another thing it does for you is that it springs you into action. When you write it down, it springs you into action. It helps you overcome distractions, helps you overcome procrastinations. It helps you to maintain focus. All right. And then another wonderful thing that it does for you is that, see, when you write it down, what happens about goal setting, when you write it down, is that it attracts resources. It just starts attracting resources to you. It just keeps attracting resources. So that's why now, both material resources, both financial resources, human resources, it just attracts them to you. And see, the thing is that you need all those support systems in order for you to be able to accomplish your goals. You need the support systems. You need them. If you don't have support systems, you just discover that you're left on your own. So it's important, therefore, for you to know that writing down your goals, very important. So, and another thing writing it down does for you is that it speeds up your arrival. It speeds up your arrival. It's like it's like you plan to achieve it in 6 months, and then you see yourself achieving it in 3 months, and then I wonder, because the Brian Tracy calls it the law of accelerated acceleration. So as you are moving towards it, now you are walking towards it, is running towards you. That's the way it works. And then, of course, it helps you not just in managing your time, but in maximizing your time. See, time management is about efficiency. It's about effectiveness. Okay, being able to accomplish what you plan to accomplish. But time maximization is about efficiency, being able to achieve what you want to achieve in less time and with less resources than you plan to, of course, than you anticipated. So that's very important. And then, now when writing this down, you must ensure that, whatever you're writing is personal. Write it in person. So it has to be an I thing. This is what I want to do. Okay, this is what I see myself doing. It must be personal. It must be present. Not futuristic. Not I want to. No, I drive this car. By so time. I live in my own house by 30th November 2023. I have 4 books written. Okay, by this time. So it must be personal. It must be present, and then it must be positive, not probable. It must be positive. Not I want to or I hope to. No. Just say I live in my house by this time, and then of course it must be something that is possible, not fantasy. It must not be. It must be possible. Okay. So because for example, you don't have a BSc yet. Okay, and then you say, okay, by December I want to have it, by December, I'm a PhD holder. Come on. That's see, people don't have unrealistic goals. They only have unrealistic deadlines. That's what they only have unrealistic deadlines. So you need to do that, okay, make it possible, and then of course prioritize it. Now, and then if that takes me to number 3, set a deadline. Set a deadline. Your deadline now is 31st December, or maybe earlier. You are the one who knows what it is. And then of course, number 4, take responsibility. Take responsibility. How do I mean? Ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1 question, ask yourself, what are the likely obstacles or hills to achieving my goals? What are they? Most times, the hills or obstacles are actually psychological, not physiological. There are things that are so they are self-limiting beliefs. That most times they are self-limiting beliefs. Things inside you that are going on in your mind that, okay, this I can't do this, I can't achieve that. Say, hey, you can do whatever it is you set your mind to do. God will just help you to do it. That's the way it happens. The point is that if you don't take a step, nothing happens. So you have to set yourself, and then so when you ask yourself that what are the obstacles, that may, or the hills between me and achieving my goals, you need to ask yourself then, what are you going to do about it? You ask, what are you going to do about it? It's part of your goals. What are you going to do about it? And then the second question you want to ask yourself is, ask yourself, what gap or valley exists between me and my goals? What gaps, what valleys exist between me and my goals? What skill, what one skill would you need in order for you to do it? What skill will you need? Or is it a skill? Is it an attitude? Is it knowledge? Is it a relationship? What is it? What is it that you lack but that you need? What is it that you lack but you need? And let me say this, that now you need to then ask yourself, what am I going to do about it? See, the point is, even though you lack it, you can learn it, because anything is learnable. Even though you lack it, you can learn it. Now, even if you don't like it, even though you lack it, you need it so you can learn it. Because even if you don't like it, and guess what? I discover that whatever we say that we don't like is because we don't know it. Because you don't know it. You don't know it. You don't know it. If the day you know it, you discover that you like it. Because nothing is too hard. Now, okay, let me put this there. Everything is hard because you have no knowledge about it. Everything is hard because you don't know. See, and the thing is that the fact that somebody is doing it simply means that it is learnable. If somebody is doing it, it still means that it is doable. So if you commit yourself, swimming is hard for you because you have never tried it. All right. The day you learn how to swim, you will say, "Yay, this is so sweet."
Very true.
You don't like it because you don't know it. So try to know it, and so you don't know it yet. So when you know it, because you don't like it because you don't know it yet. When you know it, you discover that you like it. Maybe I have to stop here because
I can leave you to go on and on and on. And even I couldn't stop writing. I think I have about 4 pages of notes. I have to take myself all the screen so I can concentrate and do my writing very well, because every single person needs this. I'm just privileged to be the host. I'm just privileged to be the person on this side of the table, not because I don't need it, not because I know it, but because we are all learning together. And 2023 is got to be a greater year. And it won't happen just by praying. Right? So Kwame said something, and Bishop Michael Okonkwo will say, it's irresponsibility to expect God to do everything for you. He says any prayer that expects God to do everything is an irresponsible prayer.
Right.
And we are not irresponsible. So we'll learn to play our part. We'll learn to do our own bit. Sir, you have, I don't even know, I have no questions for you because we all need to chew, to digest. Maybe what I will be asking you is 2 Mondays from now, we'll not do Q&A because we are just, I'm just writing. I'm going to just sit down. I don't have any questions for you today. And I know that next week you are coming back to talk about performance management. performance. How do I deal these matters? How do I deal all of these things that we have been talking about? What do I need to do? So I know that next week, Monday, we are having you again on this same thing, the part B of it, talking about goals performance management. We're doing that next week. That's Monday, goals performance management. And Reverend Olasunkanmi is back again to talk to us about this. So I think I will keep all the questions to the 21st of November. So we will just soak you in today and next Monday. So if you have questions, just send them to me. We will compile all those questions. And then 21st of November, we'll just sit down and say question and answer. You said this. How do we do this? Because it's so much true. I really appreciate you for this time out. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for pouring out so much and empowering us. In Knox to Nuggets, we inspire and empower to become our best selves. Thank you so much, sir. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you definitely next week, Monday, by the grace of God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Wow, that was huge. I just kept writing. I don't know who is like me. I think I have about 4 pages of write-ups here. And like I said to him, we're just going to sit down and chew. I had something last 2 weeks or last week that struck a chord in my head, that whatever information you get and you don't use in 48 hours, the chances are that you will lose it. So I want to ask everybody, all you have heard today, start asking yourself, what am I going to do with it? And start doing it. So that by next week, Monday, you are already a doer, and then you are already having experiences on the things he has taught. So remember, 48 hours to act. What are you going to be doing? You can watch this program again and again on YouTube. It's there. It's there also on Facebook. I don't bring any episode down. So you can go back there. And I want to ask everybody, please like the video, share it. Let somebody out there know that there is Knox to Nuggets. If you've ever been blessed by any episode, please like. When you like the video, it tells the internet community there's something worth viewing, and that way you increase our viewership. So please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knox to Nuggets on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. And until I come your way next week, Monday, remember, if you can think it, you can be it, you can have it, and always together we win. God bless you. See you next week, Monday. Until then, bye for now.